Good evening. I am Fatima Abdul. It is the 11th of September 2023, and I am doing a short video clip instead of doing a live because it has so happened so many times that while I'm live, I get cut off. Not because of what, it's just the network is just horrible, and I never know when the hot network will just be the hot network, when the network will just cut off. So I will be talking to you via a video. So the last time we spoke, I was in, I think I was in council, and I started with my search for the entity that gets blamed for everything. So I started that because it is really a narrative which is so sickening. This is what I would like to make very clear, because I think there's a few people think that I am ignorant, which I are not. I am very much aware that apartheid was a pivotal part of our lives. It was a nightmare for, I think, for all South Africans, besides the South Africans that actually benefited from apartheid. So I just want to make it very clear, because I get hate messages from people that say, yeah, if you only knew what apartheid did, you must see what it feels like to get raped in your house, or when you walk in the township when you get raped. Nigga, I come from a township. What praai jy? What are you all about? So there's a few people that are they get all tensed up. Daar's Annetjie met 'n naam, Mao Zedong, whatever sy naam is. Wat vir my sê van, ja, jy gaan ook nie Kaap toe kom nie. Jy is nie welkom in die Kaap nie. Jy gaan ook nie hier kom praat nie. Ons gaan nie toelaat dat jy hier kom praat nie, want jy is ignorant rondom apartheid. Ons gaan net maak dat Neil de Beer hier kom praat. Asof jy die title deed het. Do you have the title deed for Cape Town? I will come to Cape Town whenever I want to. I know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that there was apartheid. Was past tense. There was apartheid. It's a system that destroyed lives. It's a system that destroyed families. It's a system that is so deeply ingrained in people's mind that they look beyond what is happening now. It is a system which is currently being abused by the most evil, the most incompetent parliamentarians. That is why I started with the search. So by the way, I will be going live tomorrow, hopefully, because it's not in this area where I live. This is a problem area, where I will have a conversation with apartheid, hopefully. So please stay tuned. I will let you know what time exactly. Then I will have this conversation, and so that we must just clear everything, The latest scandal is, for instance, medical doctors, South African medical doctors who trained outside of South Africa that can't even practice here because some tests they're supposed to write, they haven't written. I was waiting for some idiot minister to say it is because of apartheid that we couldn't do that. 100 SASSA officials are guilty, or they are being investigated for fraud, stealing the old people's money. So I was waiting for someone to say it is because of apartheid. It's like the devil made me do it. So nowadays they say apartheid made me do it. That is so holrigery. I mean, really now. So I will just be 10 minutes long, because technically you can't load more than 10 minutes on this phone and so on. So the thing that I wanted to speak to you about last week is the following. I call it voters' fair. In other words, you as the voter, it's like it is now buyer's market. They talk in the real estate industry, they talk about buyer's market. In other words, you gauge, you set the tone in terms of what the prices are of the properties. So now it is voters' fair. You as the voter need to be as very much awake as possible. Die tyd vir slapies is lankal verby. Want ons het baie lank geslaap, né? Me included. I am now in my 50s. I am 54. 30 years ago, I was 24. Totally oblivious. Getroud, kinders. That was what my life was all about. Min het ons geweet, die leiers wat ons daai tyd gehad het, is besig om fenominale stront aan te vang. En 30 jaar later sit ons in die gemors waar ons nou sit. Al die leiers van al die rassegroepe. Ek moet vir julle lees. Die referendum van die 17de November, ek dink 1993, wat alles daarin gesluit was. Dis baie goed wat besluit was of onderneem was, wat toe nooit plaasgevind het nie, mense. I need to read for you also the fact that there were so many lies, I call it lies because it never happened. Das was ondernemings wat bespreek was, wat eintlik nooit gebeur het nie. And also the fact that the government that took over had no clue what they were doing. And that is why they never came to the point of reconciliation. They only spoke about the atrocities, the violence, and all the terrible things that happened to both groups, right? And that is where it was left. With the result, people are still looking at each other 30 years later. 30 years later, people are still looking at each other with, yeah, you did this. Ek vertrou nie. I don't trust. I don't like. I see it in council where people call each other, yes, you are the, wat is the woord? Wat is die woord toch? Colonialists and stuff like that. To fellow South Africans. We are fellow South Africans. I don't care from where you come from, whether you come from Portugal, Germany, Greece, China, years ago. Those people and everyone else that are now registered as South Africans, they are fellow South Africans. And let me say this. You can wish us away. You can wish the colored people away. You can wish the white South Africans away, the colored South Africans, the Indian South Africans, and then the black South Africans. You can wish us all away. We will not go away. We are here and we are actually going to increase. All right? So all of us, need to just wake up and get with the program. We had a phenomenal time here with the president. He was in Pretoria, he was in Johannesburg. It was awesome to have him around, and we were so blessed. So the weekend of the 23rd, we are going to be in Bloemfontein in the Free State. 8 o'clock, we will be at Spa Parijs and to have a meet and greet, and then 12 o'clock, we will be in Van Riebeeck Gemeenskapsaal. We are just going to have wonderful engagements with you, register you. Guys, you have to go and look on the IEC if you are registered. And also, make sure that you are registered with the UIM. Dat help jy kyk week in en week uit vir ons, nie? Jy moet registreer saam met ons. Om te registreer met ons, moet jy vir Diane kontak. Diane se nommer is 082-851-8161. Diane's number is 082-851-8161. So please contact her. Tell her you would like to join the UIM. She will see to it that you are registered and that you are plugged in on one of our supporter groups. In the meantime, stay tuned while I have this discussion with apartheid. Love you. God bless you. Don't give up hope. As long as God is in control, this country has hope.